Feast your eyes on what is the fully loaded version of the 2025 Toyota Grand Highlander. This is the Platinum grade, and it has a Canadian MSRP of $65,755 plus your destination transportation fees and taxes. But this one here has been accessorized with some Toyota genuine accessories. I'll get to that in just a second. What does everyone think about the cement gray color, which is new on the Grand Highlander for 2025? Ties in really nicely with this chrome trim accent on the front fascia of this SUV. It also ties in nicely with the black housing, projector style front headlamps, and the LED fog lights. Now, the Grand Highlander Platinum model does come with this little lip spoiler throughout the exterior of the vehicle. You'll see it here at the bottom of the front bumper, and it also does feature sensors all around the vehicle for parking sensors, which come standard, as well as this high polished gunmetal finished grille insert, which really makes the Grand Highlander Platinum stand out against the rest when you're talking about the look and the design. Now, a lot of consumers, viewers, and customers are asking about the longevity of the wear and tear on this chrome accent trim, but to be honest, it is such a small detail and small trim that it would be hard for it to catch or attract much damage at all. Now, quick tip everyone, on the Grand Highlander, behind your 12.3-inch multimedia system, which I'll get to in a second, you'll see this little button or knob here. It's not actually a button, but what you want to do is not cover that, because that is your sensor for functions like your headlamps, your daytime running lights, and so on. So sometimes you might find yourself putting, a hat back there or a tissue box. Don't do that. Make sure you leave that little sensor free of any obstructions. Now, from the factory, the Platinum grade Grand Highlander does come with its own set of unique and specific to the Platinum 20-inch alloy wheels, but this one here has been accessorized for this Media Day show with a Toyota genuine accessory 20-inch 5-spoke black alloy wheel, and I'm glad they did this because I think it looks very well and contrasts really nicely against that cement gray color. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I mean, I myself would probably stick with the 20-inch OEM alloy wheel that comes already on the Platinum grade for 2025. This one does look good. I just believe that the OEM style rim really hits it out of the park no matter what exterior color you go with. Let me know what you would do in the comments below. And this model does not come standard with these side running boards. It was also an accessory or an add-on from the Toyota Genuine Accessory lineup. Take a look at the beautiful detail on the interior of the Grand Highlander. It's almost like a diamond-plated trim and finish. Goes together really nicely. This is the Portobello suede and leather accented interior with a power passenger seat. And you'll be happy to know that on the Platinum grade, it is a heated and ventilated front seat setup. And yes, it's a leather, not Softex like on the XLE grade. The Limited and the Platinum gets you the leather interior. Nice little storage compartment just in front of the passenger with a USB port for easy access to charging. Plenty of interior space behind the front row for your middle row passengers. The Grand Highlander Platinum is a 7-passenger configuration with the captain seats. For 2025, you can get the Limited grade in an 8-passenger or a 7-passenger. I love these privacy tint shades that come standard on the Platinum grade Grand Highlander for 2025. The middle row here is heated as well. That is also a standard feature for the Platinum grade with full access to pretty much any control you would need as a middle row passenger, whether it's ventilation, temperature control, heated seat function, and more. Now, in between these two seats, you will find an oversized storage tray, if you want to call it, with enough space for 2 very large cups or bottles. Now, in terms of interior space, if we're talking cargo capacity, behind the front seats, there's about 97.5 cubic feet of space. And behind the middle row seats, so we're talking about space for your third row passengers, there's about 57.9 cubic feet of space. Now, the Sliding position, or the slide, is quite easy to function with one hand for the middle row, so it's easy to get passengers in and out. Not quite as easy as it would be on a Toyota Sienna, keep that in mind, but it definitely gets the job done. You still got a 60-40 split seating configuration for that third row as well. Here's a more clean, full look at that 57.9 cubic feet of space for your third row passengers. I would say that you can comfortably fit a decent sized adult in the third row of this Grand Highlander Platinum 2025. Going over to more interior specifications, on the Platinum grade, you are also upgraded to a panoramic moonroof, which you do also get on the limited grade, but not the XLE. Let's take a closer look at the tail end of this Grand Highlander Platinum with the Hybrid Max powertrain system. Guys, keep in mind the overall length of the Grand Highlander is just over 201 inches long, and the Grand Highlander Platinum can actually tow up to 5,000 pounds. It is finished off with this beautifully styled dual exhaust, chrome or silver plated, if you want to call it, finished exhaust tips. The Grand Highlander Platinum does also come standard with a rear tailgate kick sensor, so you can actually open and close the back tailgate hands-free. Now, if you want to install something like a trailer hitch, just make sure that you're not going to obstruct that kick sensor ability. Taking a closer look at the rear cargo or trunk space, very generous. You have a power outlet on the side next to your JBL subwoofer. Now, if you're talking about overall space with the third row up, this is going to be the Toyota vehicle that fits the bill in terms of giving you the most interior space in the rear trunk area while still having enough flexibility and passenger space for the middle and third row. This is going to give you more cargo and trunk space than something like the new Toyota 4Runner, the regular non-Grand Toyota Highlander, and this is also very similar to something like the Toyota Sequoia in terms of trunk space as well. Standard for the driver is a 2-position memory seat function. That is a piece of standard equipment on the Platinum grade for 2025. You will also have a silver-plated interior door jamb protector, which comes standard as well, next to your 8-way power adjustable driver seat. Again, beautiful portobello interior, leather and suede accented trim gives the driver a very upscale, top-notch feel and experience. A small instrument panel to the left of the driver for function controls like your heated steering wheel and your automatic high beams. Now, no matter what exterior or interior color combination on the Platinum you go with, you're going to get this bronze metal finished accented trim interior. No power, tilt and telescopic steering wheel standard on the Grand Highlander at all, but plenty of other standard equipment and features. A very grand center console or armrest, which has a large storage compartment I'll show you in a second, but just north of that is your multi-terrain and mode control, where you can toggle through different driving modes like eco, sport, rock and dirt, mud and sand, snow button, downhill assist control, and your traction control on and off. Take a look at this massive interior space here on this center console, very deep, wide, and large. Plenty of space for anything you need to carry with you. Now, when you go with the Grand Highlander, no matter what model and trim you go with, you will get this small style shifter that comes standard, and it's very Prius and Crown feel and like, but the ergonomics on it are fantastic. It's actually very comfortable, fits in your hand very easily, and it's quite easy to use once you get used to it. You also get a standard equipped wireless phone charger just north of 2 very large cup holders on this model as well. The Grand Highlander Platinum also comes standard with a full perimeter leather wrapped heated steering wheel, which is really neat. It also comes standard with this down and upshift paddle shifters to help feel all that horsepower. And it also comes standard with this neat little sensor camera on top of the steering column, which helps to make sure that your eyes are always on the road. When it detects that you have looked another way or that you are, distracted, it will notify you on your standard 12.3-inch wide multi-information display screen, which will also house a lot of your customizations, features, and settings pertaining to your safety equipment in general, like your TSS 3.0 that comes standard with the Grand Highlander Platinum, your multimedia settings, and more. And it also comes standard with a heads-up display system on the Platinum grade 25 Grand Highlander. The driver will also have a full digital display rear view mirror. Just by toggling this toggle down here will give you access to a full camera portrayed out of the rear view mirror to give you a clear, unobstructed view of what's happening behind you. And yes, it does also have the HomeLink garage door system set up as well. Talking about horsepower underneath the hood, again, going with the Platinum grade gets you 119 horsepower more than the Limited and the XLE grade at 362 horsepower. It also ups the torque by 167 pound-foot of torque and gives you 400 pound-foot of torque on the Grand Highlander Platinum. Now, this is a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbo hybrid max powertrain system, and it is one of the largest and biggest reasons why customers and viewers opt in for the Platinum against the XLE or the Limited. In terms of fuel consumption, all the Grand Highlander hybrids are hooked up to a 65-liter gas tank. Now this one, yes, you will burn a little bit more fuel depending on how you drive, with a combined city and highway fuel economy average of about 8.8 liters per 100 kilometers, which translates to around 32 miles per gallon combined city and highway. You'll also be happy to know that the Grand Highlander Platinum, although it is a hybrid max 2.4 liter powertrain system, it does require only regular octane fuel, not premium. I hope you enjoyed this video and review of what is the most fully loaded version of the Grand Highlander for 2025, finished off in cement gray. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care.